Hello, my name is Stefan. I was a part of the fall 2011 class of MIS 438, and I was a part of Team Gold, and together we developed a system using an open source database that would print off invoices to customers of a small business out of Des Moines, lawn care service, landscaping, different sort of things like that. And yeah, what I anticipated coming into the class was quite interesting. I had heard different things like it takes like 40 hours a week out of your semester, and that it's a lot of work, and I should be anticipating putting a lot of time into it. And so before that, I hadn't heard a single thing about it. I'd just heard that it was a capstone class, and that was it. So I didn't really budget it into my semester, or really take it into account at all. And so when I heard all that stuff, I was kind of freaked out. I didn't really know what to do. I finally considered it into my schedule and all that stuff. And so when it first started off, it was much like a regular class. We did different sort of quizzes, learned a lot of information about separate roles in a project, just kind of basic stuff, I suppose. And then we started getting into what we would be doing in the future, what we would be developing, how we would be doing it, how we would be breaking into groups. And after we did that, early on in the semester, we broke into groups. And what I disliked about the class, or what I enjoyed about the class, I'll say that first. What I enjoyed about the class is I felt as though it, of all classes, prepared me probably the most when it comes to practicality. I mean, information-wise, of course, there was a little bit here and there, but it wasn't so much of a sit down, take notes, learn class as it was like get in, hands-on, all the different sort of stuff class, which was good. And since we're developing a system with actual stakeholders and people who are going to care about the end product, it was essential that we sat down, hashed it out, and actually took care into what we were doing. So that was really cool. And if you would have asked me before the semester, hey, are you prepared for a career in MIS, I probably would have said there are a lot of things that I could do in order to prepare better. And this class kind of made it so I could be a little bit less reticent to say, no, I'm not ready. I guess I'm quite a bit more prepared for the MIS world, given what I've learned. And what I disliked about the class, obviously, well, my group, since we had an open source project, basically had to modify a database, which our technical unit put a lot of time into that and such. It wasn't as much work as a business analyst. That was my role. I probably should have said in the beginning. Yeah, I was a business analyst, and there was a lot of paperwork in the beginning. Since we had one older gentleman as a stakeholder, I don't think he took too much mind to our paperwork. I don't know if he really cared that we had like 9 use cases or anything like that. If we showed it to him, he would have been like, okay, show me what this can do to help me out. And so what I disliked about it, I guess I should get back to that. I disliked different sort of things like, how it, there wasn't too much that I disliked about the class, to be honest. I mean, you had to roll with the punches. I mean, getting people together to actually work on the project was a bit of a hassle in the beginning. I mean, we did a different spreadsheet to show when everybody can meet, and it was like, we had 0 times, and then we found some sort of magical time on Monday where we all could meet, and that was really cool. So, other than that, there wasn't too much of a hassle coming into it. So I really didn't dislike most of the work. I felt like there was a little bit of constraint going on. If we were kind of like with our system, since we were kind of rolling along. Some would say we had an easier project than most other people because we open sourced and we were developing from scratch. Because of that, we did have a lot of time to maybe expand upon our scope. Like we wanted to do a website. We bought a URL. We were ready to go with that, but we could no longer do that. And so, because I felt like we were being a little bit slowed in that sense, but that's based on opinion. What I learned, I said it before, I learned different sort of things like how to practically apply what I've learned in the MIS program. And I know it's getting changed up a lot now, and you can specify what exactly you want to be doing in the future, but I did learn quite a bit about what I was going to be doing if I were to go into an MIS career. And what I would recommend, don't oh man, really pick a project that is going to make a significant impact on your future. I mean, not necessarily like we had one group in our class that they felt like what they had developed, an Android app that basically told you bar specials. They had a lot of different stakeholders who were bar managers. The bar managers were really excited about it, so that made the group quite a bit more excited about it. And so given that, they wanted to keep on developing. They think they might be able to make some money off of this app in the future. So be keeping that in mind just in case you think down the line, hey, this is something we could develop. This is something we could continue to cater to, and we could get some stakeholders even out of state and all that stuff. So if you when you're sitting down picking out a project, don't just think what could be the easiest thing we could do. Really think what would make a significant impact, because it's about what you learn in this class. It's about what you choose, the amount of work you put into it. And like everyone says, what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say in the coding world, which I have no idea about. So closing thoughts. Enjoy the class. Don't just blow it off. Don't slough it off. If you think you did if you end up not liking the class, then it might be because you put a lot of work into it. If you end up really liking the class, it might be because you, again, put a lot of work into it, but you enjoy what you're doing with it. But if you're somewhere in between, it might be because you didn't actually apply yourself in the class, and you're going to leave probably wishing that you had done more for it. So if I would make a recommendation, put work behind it, care about your group members, because know that you're carrying a bit of their weight, and a weight of the actual project itself. You have real stakeholders who are going to care about this end product, who are going to want a real thing to be working with, especially if it has more of a significant impact than one stakeholder. But yeah, put care, put time into it, and listen to what your professor has to say, because they know what they're talking about. So thank you very much, and enjoy the class.